So when I go to England, I'm going June 1st to June 16th, and my actual swim window is June 8th to 15th. So you actually block a 1 week window of time in order to do your swim, because you never know what the weather conditions, the tidal conditions, and all that are going to be. So I'm the first slot during that week of June 8th to 15th. And so as soon as the weather is good, the captain will tell me, you're good to go. And I'll get the first chance at it during that week on my boat. So the way this works is I actually joined the Channel Swimming Association, which is the organization, one of the two organizations that really governs kind of who can and can't and when and how and who officially crosses the English Channel swimming. And they've been in existence for a long time. The first English Channel swim actually goes back to the 1800s. I think it was like 1863 or something like that. The first guy that did it kind of set the precedent. It had been attempted a number of times before that, but nobody successfully crossed. For him, it was his second or third attempt, I think, before he successfully did it. He was drinking rum and brandy, trying to get warm, stay warm. I think he was eating like steak and mashed potatoes. Well, he's had a rowboat, crossing with him, and a couple of different party boats and yachts and things following him, checking in on their progress as he swam across the channel. So when we go today, we still follow a lot of his rules. We can't wear wetsuits. We can't use any kind of flotation device. All I can wear is a Speedo, swim cap, and goggles, because he wore a bathing costume. At that time it was like the whole body pajama thing, which we don't get that. We just get the Speedo, right? But Speedo, swim cap, and goggles, that's it. Trying to follow that traditional path. No enhanced performance, no audio, no, which I think honestly, if you could do audio, you'd probably increase the number of people that are successful in crossing the English Channel. I would think it would double probably, just because it would help take your mind off the cold and the monotony. I'm always listening to books and podcasts and music, and so for me, it's going to be a big challenge just to be silent and hear nothing but water in my ears for 12 to 13 hours. Through the Channel Swimming Association, I booked a pilot boat called the Louisa Jane. I'm super excited to work with Andy and the Louisa Jane crew. Andy's the pilot, or the ship captain. They do fishing tours, and then they're one of the few approved Channel Swimming Association pilot boats. So these guys have done multiple channel swims. They do a ton every summer. They're kind of booked with that in the summer, and then wintertime they're doing fishing trips out on the English Channel. So they know the area very well, and they'll be able to guide me across. When you cross the English Channel, it's approximately 21 miles. You swim in kind of an S shape. There's a couple of currents going through the English Channel. The first one's kind of pushing you up north, and so you kind of swim out and get into that current and get pushed up north, and then you cross into the center, which is kind of the dead zone, no current, and then you get pushed over on the France side. You start to get pushed out to sea, out down south, and so you swim through that, and then you get into France. So swimming roughly from Dover to Calais or Cape Grisnez, which I'm sure I'm not saying that right, but Dover to Cape Grisnez in France. So it's approximately 21 miles. At my speed, I'm anticipating it taking 12 to 13 hours, though obviously I'd love to be faster than that. My pilot boat will be there with me the whole time. They'll guide me across and help kind of navigate that whole thing. The English Channel is one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, and so my pilot boat will be super important, because they'll help me know when I have to sprint across the path of some giant ship and get out of their way so I don't get run over, or slow down and wait, let them pass, or we'll kind of weave in and out of the traffic there. But supposedly channel swimmers get priority or get right away, but let's be honest, if you're a massive boat, are you really going to stop for one dude swimming in the water? I don't know. Or can you even stop? So it'll be a fun adventure. It'll be close to some boats. There's no sharks, fortunately, in the English Channel, but jellyfish are super common. And so I'll more than likely be stung at least once by a jellyfish. And not to mention, 12 hours in hopefully 60 degree water.